Pulling out the coupe at the lot. Told him fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bells out the box. I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole damn seal. I'ma get lazy.
We live here at Raw Sports, finally in video. We in living color. I got my boy
from the boom boom room.
live from the boom boom room. I got my boy. What's up, big baby?
Yo,
Me? Oh.
Black and Mild back in living color too. What's good?
We back to Black and Mild too a little lot, but that's all good. Let's get it.
Listen, our boys Skip Baby, bro, but we're gonna do them justice on this show. We talking about everything from LeBron, Ben and Joel, and Bradley Beal. But first, let's get it started. Spurs. We know we count down up in here. We San Antonio all day, for the most part. T. Williams, will the Spurs make the playoffs?
Let me tell you something. Yeah, I hate the Spurs, but I want them to make the playoffs because I love going downtown and downtown be lit and all that. And I want them to go against the Lakers, and I want to be able to have a chance to go see the Lakers play the Spurs. I would love it. But if they don't get their act together, my thing is they start off good, but they're not finishers. And I like the Spurs because I like Pop, I like the system, but they're just not finishers, plain and simple. And if they don't figure that out sooner or later, soon it's back to ghetto. You go. They ain't gonna make it. They're not gonna make it.
So,
it's gonna be a sad story.
What do you think one of the biggest problems is for the Spurs right now?
Me or mine?
You, Brad. Brad, what do you think is one of the biggest problems?
Like I said, they have good players. They don't suck. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you hate them or love them. They don't suck. They have good players, but they can't finish. They'll be up by 20-something points and then lose by 5 or 10. It doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I know you hate it. I know you took tired of it. But it doesn't make sense. Just plain and simple. They don't finish.
What you got, Miles?
And to piggyback off that into the point of why they're not doing great, but then in the same juncture being able to, answer the question if they're going to make it, it is because of inexperience. You can be up by 27 points, but it's that inexperience. It's the reason why you drop off in the fourth quarter. You don't make it, or you guys get lackadaisy because we're up 27, we're good. And that's where players like Rudy Gay and LaMarcus really need to come in. And we have Lonnie Walker is the guy who we're starting to really put our shoulders into. DeJounte Murray to Derek White. These are still very young guys. So I'm definitely more hopeful for next year on if they make playoffs. This year, I can only see it, and it's simply because I don't believe that the Trailblazers are going to be able to hold on to that spot. We're only at the moment. It looks like it's at 4 games back. The Trailblazers at that 9th spot, and the Grizzlies are at 8. I don't think the Grizzlies I already know the Grizzlies aren't going to be able to make it in. But so right now, my threat is the Trailblazers. It's
Kept the Trailblazers making that 8th spot.
huh?
You have the Trailblazers at the 8th position, at the 8th seed.
Yeah, right now it literally has the Grizzlies, but I see if we don't make it, if the Spurs aren't making it, it's going to be because the Blazers are at 8 and the Spurs are going to be at 9, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
And so that's why I'm only worried about the Blazers because, sometimes they can catch fire and just make these weird runs that no one understands, and it's Dame. But if we can just finish games, it's about finishing a basketball game, and that's inexperience. That's why it's happening.
I think they just have too many fucking guards, bro.
That's a lot of guards. Yeah.
Yeah, but who? DeJounte, Derek White, Brian Forbes, Lonnie Walker, DeMar DeRozan, who's playing the 3 for some odd reason. Who am I missing? Mills.
Patty Mills. Yeah. We have Marco Bellinelli.
Yeah, but there's not enough
Oh
three.
my god.
Not enough 3-point shooting, and then they're thin.
Yeah.
Big men, they're really thin. Like it's like paper.
Mm-hmm.
They need to fix up their rotation. They need to redo their roster. Something. They need to hoodwink some superstar to come in. I don't know. Their drafting process is all fucked up, but
in reality, this is what we did to get Tony and Manu. We went through a lot of guards and we just hit them. We hit them on the nail with those two dudes. So I think that's what they're trying to repeat. But yeah, we needed Tim Duncan, which we don't really have. LaMarcus is nice, but I mean, of course he's not Tim Duncan, but we need to get bigger. Yeah, for sure.
all right. Let's talk about a team with some actual stucky ass players. The Wizards. Bradley Beal just went off for 50 points back to back and then got drug tested by the NBA. What do you think his future is with the Wizards? Go ahead, T. Willie.
Man, Buddy gotta get out of there. Him and John Wall, like they're two good players, and they're just wasting their talents. I don't know who to compare them to, but they need to get out of there. They're like, I want to say like a Chuck, not even like a Chuck, but it's just like a good player that's not gonna win anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's sad to say. They deserve to be, to at least go to a conference final or something like that, or some type of ring. But it's a waste, man. The Wizards organization, a shitty ass organization. They're not doing anything with the two great players that they have. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to help out and give them some more supporting cast or more big man or anything like that. But they're just fucking, you know what I'm saying? They're wasting their talents. Paying them all this money for what? To not make the playoffs.
Their defense is atrocious. Like I think they have all of 5 starting positions. They have 3 of the worst players defensively in the league.
Damn.
It's sad. Like they need to do something. They need to do something, man. What do you think, Miles? How long is Bradley Beal?
Well, there's 2 things, right? And it's financially. Bradley Beal, if he's trying to secure the bag forever, stay. If money is where you're at, if money is what you're about, and the fans love you, so you love that, and of course you're not winning, but you're getting your buckets, stay. Because if you go anywhere else, more than likely it's going to be him teaming up, and so he's going to lose some of that money.
Yeah, he's on what?
So
72, something like that.
He's at wait, what?
2 years, $72 million.
Yeah, something crazy, something really crazy. And to piggyback off of that, so if he, you were looking for comparisons, AJ Green is a great comparison on a guy who has so much potential. But being with an organization like the Cincinnati Bengals, his career feels like it has been wasted. Yeah. All those years that Adrian Peterson was on the Vikings, never won anything. Barry Sanders in Detroit, never, there are certain organizations where it's like they're just poorly built to where it doesn't matter what you have. And that is what the Washington Wizards have. And so, yeah, I mean, Bradley Beal is 26 years old. I kind of thought he was older than that. Yeah, I'm really shocked that he's only 26.
It's so weird. Like Anthony Davis is 25. Like nigga, I think this in high school.
Yeah, 26 years old. So I mean, this kid, you get to say kid at 26 is a assassin. And if he wants to waste his career in a place for money, that's fair. But if he's looking to give up that money to get some rings, he's gonna have to move. It's not gonna happen there. Definitely not.
Bradley Beal. When people always want to say like Kyrie or Devin Booker is like Kobe or something like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No. Bradley Beal is a dog. He's a dog defensively. He can do it all. He's one of the closest people you can talk about being like Kobe. For sure. When he wants to, he'll go off on you. He'll go off on you. It's crazy. All right. That all y'all got?
And then who knows? Because John's not back yet, right?
John isn't back yet.
Who knows? I mean, this could honestly be greatest blessing in disguise with Bradley Beal being able to expand his pool of, basketball moves and abilities and really understand what he is and become a full player to when John comes back. It could help. It's going to help for sure when John comes back. So who knows if they can, have John back fully healthy, get a big player in free agency. Who knows? But I would say if he wants it done sooner than later, he's got to go.
Here's another dude. Just brought him up. Hit his freaking guts. Kyrie stinking Irving. Mr. I gotta shoot for no reason himself. Season shoulder surgery. What is Kyrie's future in Brooklyn? Go ahead, Miles. I'm gonna say
so his future in Brooklyn, it's bright. And it's only bright.
How is it bright
by the helm?
A dark shadow.
It's only bright by the helm of Kevin Durant. It's because this is the scariest thing for people that hate Golden State and people that hate Kevin Durant. One thing you need to know is Klay Thompson, to hurt his ACL. There is one thing that he has been doing more than any, and that is shooting the fucking basketball. So, and that's going to be the same thing with Kevin Durant, is just shooting the basketball, being able to have less stress on your legs in certain areas and be able to shoot the way you want to, however you want to. And so I believe if Kevin Durant comes back and he is the assassin that we all know he is and see he is, if he's a defensive monster that he was in Golden State, Kyrie doesn't have to do as much. And I think that's what it comes down to, because Kyrie's an injury-prone kid.
Yeah, he stays in the hospital.
He stays in the hospital, is injury-prone. That's how it is.
It's ridiculous.
And so he needs that Batman to take more miles off, take more minutes off, to where he can just come in and close. He's a great closer, no matter what anyone says, but so is Kevin Durant, right? And so he just doesn't need to do as much. So it's bright, but it's bright on the helm of Kevin Durant, 100%.
What you think, T. Willie? What about your boy? Go ahead, go for your boy.
Man, look, I still like him, but he's just like, he pisses me off, bro. But you can't get mad at nobody for getting hurt because nobody wants to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to tear their ACL, tear their shoulder, go through rehab, go through surgeries, whatever. But it's just like, fuck, bro. Like, what can you tell him? Take care of yourself. Like, I'm pretty sure he spent millions of dollars, just like anybody else in the NBA, on his body. But it's just like, it's just one of those things.
Let me ask you something. Kyrie is I think Kyrie is 26, 27 years old.
27.
27 years old. Do you think Kyrie thinks too much about what is going on other than basketball? Do you think he spent most of his career not worrying about basketball? Like the outside stuff. Like philosophy. Here you can talk now, it's all philosophical shit. And it's like, bro, he's literally 1 year older than me, which is crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like he's just not having fun. He's too much into the business. He's trying to do what LeBron does, but he's not. You know what I mean?
And
all right, now that we got the fat black man out of the damn room, what's good, Berard? What's good, big baby?
What's good, man? I'm not gonna make it on this show, but I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, we got to do a late game substitution. Brandon got diabetes real quick, and we pulled out Berard. All right. So what? Chris Paul and the Thunder. Nobody thought they'd be here, but they're here.
right.
Berard, what you got? What you got about the Chris Paul and the Thunder, man? What you think, man? They sound special. They might upset somebody. And I think right now they're about to play if the playoffs ended today, or the playoffs started today, they'd play Denver, right? Or the Clippers.
Yeah.
The Rockets.
They play the Rockets.
So that's the best story of all.
What is it?
Russ going against his. Yeah, Russ going against his team. That's amazing.
Yeah. And the Thunder, man, hey, like, I don't think anybody expected the Thunder to even be like in the playoffs, like, let alone be the fifth seed. So I mean, I just think like this alone is just like an accomplishment, like for a team. I feel like CP3 is like putting the world on notice. Like, hey, I'm not, this old guy about to retire or whatever. Like, I'm still here. Like, I still can play. It's crazy because like I feel like this is like kind of like a perfect fit for CP3. I'm just kind of sad like it's so late in his career. Like I wish he probably could have found this team like earlier. But I mean, they kind of remind me of like in terms of like team ball. They kind of remind me of the Celtics. Like they don't really have like that one like superstar. They kind of like all play like well together. And I think it's gonna like take them past the first round, in my opinion. So you said today, if it was to end today, the regular season, they would play the Rockets.
Correct.
That would be pretty hard. I mean,
how many games?
Thankfully, the season don't end today, so they might not be playing the Rockets at the end of the season. So I do have to go past the first round, but I mean,
how many games will it go?
Huh?
How many games will it go?
What if they play the Rockets?
Yeah.
I say about 6. Six.
I would say probably just the home games.
I mean, then again, we don't know. Like the Rockets, they don't have a center too, so it's like the Thunder got Steven Adams,
Yeah, along with that style of play, help the Rockets out in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, how long can PJ Tucker take a beating on the inside?
Yeah.
I agree. What you think, Miles?
I would say, in all honesty, I think if Billy Donovan, well, this is the thing. If Pop makes the playoffs or if he can get to like 7 or 6, should win Coach of the Year, just because the roster really isn't that good. But if Billy Donovan can stay at 5, because that's where they're at right now, they're the 5th seed. Well, no, you got the Eric Spoelstra could also probably win it as well. Coach of the Year for Billy Donovan, dude. Like what they're able to do with the roster they have, the players don't suck. You got Steven Adams, who doesn't suck. Chris Paul doesn't suck. This I don't know how to say his name. Gilly Alexander, whatever. He's a young and upcoming dude. Dennis Schroeder, Danilo Gallinari, Andre Roberson. I don't know that. Like, they're not trash, but they shouldn't be the 5th seed. And so that's where you see a lot of veteran leadership with Chris Paul. And then at the same time, you see his genius, probably what he's been trying to do with Russell, but wasn't able to do it with Russell just because of the gameplay. So maybe Chris Paul is just that better piece.
Smart.
So, but yeah, we're all very, very much shocked. Because I thought when they started trading people out, when they started shipping people, I thought that was the way of like, hey, we're gonna tank. That's probably what they thought we were gonna do. Is we're probably gonna tank this year, and then try to get some good pieces. But they're looking to win it. So, but the thing is, the only way they can get lucky is if they make the 3rd seed, which is they're only 2 games out of being the 3rd seed. So that's even crazy. And then they would play the Jazz. Yeah, they're the Clippers are at 39 wins, and then the Thunder at 37 wins. So shit, they're honestly 4 games out of the 2nd seed. So at this point, anything can happen for sure. But right now they're on a 5-game winning streak, 8-2 last 10 games. So we just got to keep watching basketball, see what they can.
I want to talk about. I love Kawhi. I love Kawhi Leonard. I want him to win, obviously. But I've never seen the world talk about a team like the Clippers. Like, the people say the Clippers are better than everybody else in the NBA. even the Lakers, but the Lakers are top 5 in both offense and defense, and they're the only ones besides Milwaukee to be that way. You know,
I get what you mean, and I think what they're doing when they say that is they have hands down the most built roster.
but do you think the recent like additions and stuff like that? Because you know the roster, yeah, they're deep, but the playing time shrinks in the playoffs.
Correct.
rotation-
So what I forgot who it was. I think I forgot who it was.
Steven Jackson?
It was Steven. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it was Steven Jackson. He was talking about like they need to play now. They got to get their chemistry in now because come playoffs, because he says his quote was, "Players learn chemistry through mistakes."
Yeah.
And so, but you can't have those mistakes in playoffs. It's already too late. So he said, you got to start now. You got to start now. You have to have Reggie Jackson on the court with Kawhi, with Paul George, and find out when mistakes happen, how to alter them and find out what players like. And it has to start now because this roster is fucking deep. It is deep. But yeah, what's going to hurt them because supposedly Paul George and Kawhi haven't played together a lot. Like supposedly if one's out, the other one's in, and they switch.
They're playing as like when everyone's healthy, they're 5-0. They're 5-0.
Oh, so I mean, but that's crazy. Only 5 games with everyone healthy. Like that's good, but come playoffs when tension and passion and things that we can't control are in play, things can sway, and so.
I feel like a lot of their important pieces, like Montrezl Harrell and Patrick Beverley, like they're hustle players. You know what I mean? They need what's his name, Marcus Morris too. He needs to get into a rhythm to actually be effective. And during a long playoff series, I don't know if you can really beat like the Lakers, who lead the league in blocks. Defensively, that's their start, defense. And then you're gonna have to worry about LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Caruso. Don't
forget about Kuzma. Please don't forget about Kuzma.
Kuzma too. And so I think because they have chemistry, they made it known like, bro, we're
very early too. Very early.
We're down. We're down with we're like Kuzma's talking about this is about sacrifice and this is about getting the job done. Like they know what they got to do and they're playing that way. So I don't know, man. What you think, bro?
Man. They just, first of all, they just like I said, they need to get healthy. If they're not healthy, like I feel like when it comes to the playoffs, like 2 things you have to have. You gotta have talent. You gotta have chemistry. So chemistry, like you said, that's not really gonna happen if everybody not healthy. You need everybody playing, in order to get that chemistry. And then, or you will have mistakes in the playoffs. So big thing is, I just think they need to get healthy. I mean, they got, like y'all said, like they got probably the best team all around, including coaching wise. Like they do have Doc Rivers, he's very well experienced and everything. So they just have to step up, whenever the playoffs come. And the Lakers, they coming. LeBron coming, he want that ring. He need it, in order to be kind of still as like top 2 player of time.
And it's like no cap on what this season means. This is a 100% for Kobe season.
Yeah.
And LA Lakers know that this season is about nothing more than for Kobe. And how of an impactful story that's going to be if LA. I would love if the Spurs won, but if you told me today, Spurs or Lakers, I have the power to do it, I'm going to give it to the Lakers. Like, I want the Lakers to win the championship just because of the season and the impact upon it. But yeah, dude, like, it's going to be, and then like another, what you said, Berard, of course, players, but Doc Rivers, to see how he can be able to, because it's tough to manage players. Like if Marcus Morris has only played like 5 minutes.
Do a bad job at managing players.
Exactly. And so come playoff time, we're down by, they get out to some weird lead, or the Jazz get out some weird lead against them. They're down by 12. Marcus has only played 5 minutes. It's third quarter. That's going to – because, Patrick Beverley, Montrezl, Marcus Morris, you said, yeah, those are leaders or scrappers, but those are emotional guys. Yeah. You have emotional – that's like they're going to be yelling, screaming, pissed off.
It's like
so it's good.
Draymond Green on one team.
Exactly, and so it's going to be interesting to playoff time. That's why it's very important. We got to get this in order now. See what's going on.
I agree. All right, so speaking about LeBron James, speaking about the Lakers and everything like that. So make your case for. So Berard, you're gonna have case for LeBron to win MVP. Miles, you already know your assignment. You got Giannis. All right.
All right, so I got the case for LeBron winning MVP. So who's going first?
Go ahead, Miles. You can go first.
Okay. So this is the thing. I appreciate what LeBron brings to the table, of course. But for what Giannis Antetokounmpo is doing, first of all, it's already an obstacle to say his name. So he's already better. When you have a name like Antetokounmpo, Giannis Antetokounmpo, you're already showing, hey, I'm dominant. My name is harder to say. That means I work harder. So that's already a little thing. But no, seriously. No, but what he is doing in Milwaukee and how it sucks because he's averaging, what I think like 27 points or something like 29.7, 13.7 rebounds at 32 minutes per, and that's the first in the league. It doesn't matter because it still doesn't show the whole story. He's healthy. He plays his games. He's not sitting. He's running up the minutes. And when you actually look at the full roster of the Milwaukee Bucks, it's not anywhere near what LeBron has. Giannis doesn't have an Anthony Davis. Who's his Anthony Davis?
Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton? No. All you're doing is naming a player on the Bucks. That's it. You can't compare Chris Middleton and Anthony Davis. You can't compare those two.
He's a 3-and-D
Dwight
player.
Howard.
This is very important in today's league. 3-and-D and put up 21 points a game, and he's an all-star.
Dwight Howard is, I don't care what anyone says, Dwight Howard is a rim protector and a posterizer. You have Kyle Kuzma who's going to be able to. Giannis is doing more with less. And like I said, I know LeBron is a little bit of a Swiss Army knife, but I guarantee you this, and it sucks to say it, Giannis and LeBron playing one-on-one, LeBron is not going to like that game because Giannis is big and he is weirdly strong. You see how huge he is. And it's like teams don't know how to really, and if he can get this 3-point going down also. What? It's Giannis easy. It's kind of weird that we're even discussing it, honestly.
That was stupid.
I do get the point you're saying. Or you about to say something, Cerny?
Yeah, that was stupid, but
that was not stupid. That was facts.
I should have brought back the buzzer for that one because
the thing is, it doesn't mean like how are you? Because Eric Bledsoe is good, but is he comparable to Anthony Davis? Like honestly,
I don't understand. What are you doing here?
That's like saying Curry MVPs are out of the window because he had Klay Thompson.
Who's better, Eric Bledsoe or Avery Bradley?
Those are the comparisons. I honestly, I would say Eric Bledsoe is.
Their starting lineup, though. I'm talking about the starting lineup.
Eric Bledsoe is better.
Who's better, JaVale McGee or Brook Lopez?
Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez.
Who's better? Who's better, Danny Green or shit?
Matthews.
Is it Wesley Matthews?
Wesley Matthews.
Danny Green's better, 100%.
What?
What? Why are you debating that? But it's not fair to just do that. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, who has the better bench? And honestly, who can make the better lineup changes? Who has a better lineup changes capability? The Lakers or the Bucks? Because you're only talking about starting five, and the game is way bigger than the starting five lineup.
When LeBron goes out of that starting five, they're like 13th in offense and like 16th in defense. So
I can't. You think the funny thing is I can't even find a statistic with Giannis off the court not playing in the game because he's always playing.
You just say he's playing 32 minutes a game. Shut the fuck up. That's a buzzer.
No, I'm saying not off the court, but when he's not playing, he's playing all of his games. He's 52-52 this season. That's what I'm saying. LeBron's taking a little break right now because he can't keep up. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, LeBron the GOAT. We all know that. But all right, so you made a good point about Giannis. Yeah, you did make a good point. But LeBron, this man is in the West, first in the West. It wasn't even in the playoffs last year, like complete trash. And he got him first in the West this year. Yeah, they did have a couple roster changes. You know, they did get AD, probably the best big man in the league. But you got to think about like the way this man been playing. Like I know Sander mentioned their top five in offense and defense. That has a lot to do with LeBron being on the court. Then you got to look at his age also. Like the comparison of age, like what Giannis is probably like 25. LeBron, like, fucking, what? Was he like 35 or something like that? So, the way this man been playing and the age he is, like, how old he is just like, come on.
It's respectable. It's respectable. But I'm not going to give the guy a cookie because he's old and he's still playing good. If you had to stop the season now and you're building a team for the future, no. I mean, I feel like in my brain still, with me not being biased, I'm picking up Giannis.
Player? Who is the most valuable player? Hands down.
Giannis. Because the thing is this, which you're not thinking of. This is what you're not thinking of. If LeBron goes down, they have Anthony Davis.
Ooh, bro, look.
You're telling me if Giannis goes down, Chris Middleton is gonna be the guy that saves the day? Middleton.
LeBron didn't play the other day against the Warriors, and the Warriors hung around for 3 quarters. The worst team.
And then they lost by 30 points right after.
Yeah.
That. Tell the whole story, Surdy.
I told you they hung around for 3 quarters. I didn't lie to you. I just told you.
And then the Lakers won by 30 points.
Yeah, whatever. Your mama sucks toes. Okay.
Yeah, that's nasty.
I'm just kidding. I'll have to give that one up to Miles, though. Miles, you won that little debate. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. All right, last topic. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons both hurt. You know what I'm saying? Got some boo-boos. Went to the first aid, went to the nurse's office. What do y'all think is gonna happen to the Sixers the rest of the way? Because Ben's out indefinitely, and Joel has a shoulder sprain. So, what y'all think? What y'all got?
They're both out, right?
Yeah, they both are out.
I mean, it's over. Like, I mean, they're obviously still going to make the playoffs. I don't know what seed they are, but
obviously
they're at 5.
They're at 5. Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends on how long Embiid and Simmons are out. I don't think they're going to be out long enough to where they slip out of the playoffs, but I'm pretty sure they're going to drop at least 1 seed. I mean, I don't really have the 76ers going like too deep anyway, just because like, I mean, they haven't really shown me anything like the past few years of them like going deep in the playoffs. So that's just my take. I think they're gonna like drop at least for 1 seed. I mean, it's gonna be hard to win. You got your 2 main players out. That'd be hard for any team. So
what you got, Miles?
You never know, and I'm only saying that because of the Thunder. maybe it's when you, because this is the thing about basketball. When you have Ben Simmons and when you have Joel Embiid, the game plan isn't really to. It's less of a. It's gonna be dumb to say, but it's less of a team aspect when the game plan is to feed Joel. And then when it's about, okay, we're going to have Ben have the ball the whole time, have him move around, to where at the same time, in the same light, teams know their game plan. Oh, they're trying to get to Joel right here. People know that, when Joel goes out to the three-point line, that Ben is coming. Teams don't know what they're going to do anymore. So they're kind of at an advantage and, of course, like disadvantage with losing the two players. So it definitely depends on if the coaching staff, I don't have no idea who the coach of the 76ers is. But if they're able, because I mean, I still like Tobias Harris. I don't care what anyone says. I like Tobias Harris.
Most underrated in the NBA.
Tobias Harris is so nice. Al Horford is still on the team. Kyle O'Quinn has had like splashes of good basketball. Glenn Robinson, Alec Burke. I mean, I'm just naming people at this point, but if they have an advantage of teams not knowing how they can manipulate the system, how they can play more team basketball, 3s and Ds. So it's going to be interesting. But if you ask me, if it's the East, and that's another thing, it being the East, they'll make playoffs. They'll make playoffs. They'll make playoffs. Like, you can say that about any fucking team in the East. They'll make playoffs. It just doesn't matter.
No sense. But shit, that's all the time we got. Miles, Berard, I appreciate y'all coming on today. Hey, we Raw Sports and we live. You know what I'm saying? Verse Video Podcast, we here. You know. All right, man. Miles, I'll see you later, man. Make sure y'all follow Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. We coming for you. YouTube. We here. We Raw Sports and we live. We done. Let go.